Shalom, 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 Babakar. Friday the 21st of November. Just another, 5, 6 weeks to go, 6 odd weeks to go. We'll be in 2026, Lord willing. Right? First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Abanoah Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Yahweh is the Most High's name. Bahasham means in the name. Yahweh Shai, okay? That's his majesty, the son of the Most High Power, his supreme majesty, okay? His son is Yahweh Shai, our mediator, our savior, our deliverer, our lawyer, okay? Who intercedes on the behalf of the elect, whoever they are, across the four corners of the earth. Okay, the Most High's name ain't no Yah, ain't no Most High Christ bless, ain't no Ahaya Asher Ahaya, ain't no Yude Vade, whatever, okay? Which I believe was some Elamite, or could have been an Israelite foreigner, that was pushing that name a while back, referring to Jake as the so-called African Hebrews. All right, if you remember those videos going around. But nevertheless, the correct name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. I say Abanoah, which means father. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Right? And double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone, the men of the Lord, and shalom to the prophets of that body. Okay, that are also the men of the Lord. All right, a hearty shalom to them. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Just a quick one. All right. Now, a person can make promises if you don't deliver or adhere to what you've been saying. Okay, what are people gonna think of you then? They're gonna say that you're full of shit, right? Okay, and Esau is a fork-tongued devil. All right. Okay, the so-called white man is that, and his own kith and kin are finding out also that he's a piece of shit. All right, the so-called white man is generally like that anyway, but these so-called elites, and Trump is just a low-level elite member as well. He's like on a lower level, a different echelon, right? And they're all pieces of shit, right? Okay. Iron rusteth. Iron rusteth, wickedness, King James Version. Okay, Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right. Now, the so-called white man doesn't have a power. They don't have a most high power who they can lean on, like that song by Bill Withers. Lean on me when you're not strong. Okay. Who do we lean on? We lean on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yashai in happy times, in sad times, in worrying times, because the Lord gives us comfort. Okay, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yashai gives us comfort. That name gives us comfort. Okay, but you 2/3 and you Edomites, we don't care about you crackers and your heathen nations. Okay, because you're part and parcel of the people that are going to be destroyed. All right, and then when you're born again, you'll be in captivity, and the latter that remain, when the kingdom is established, you're going straight into slavery. All right, hardcore slavery. Okay, so you better get your 40 winks in now. Right? You better do your drugs. You better go and get some heathen women, or not heathen women. You better get some women of other nations now, because I tell you one thing: you heathen men will not be diving into different types of exotic women in the kingdom. You'll be sticking to your own race in the kingdom, especially you honkies. All right? And your track record of lying and not adhering and breaking promises and not living up to them has been written in history. Okay, it's engraved in history. Okay, especially with my people, the Israelites. Okay, the tribe of Gad is a perfect example. 400 treaties broken. Okay, all the promises that are made, over 400 treaties. How much more with the tribe of Judah, the so-called black man, and the other tribes, all 12 tribes? Promising X, Y, and Z, and then you don't deliver. Okay, so we know your track record. And what pisses me off is when you see Jake thinking that This is a new world. Oh, we can trust everybody. Oh, there's good in everyone. No, there fucking isn't, man. All right? The so-called white man is a piece of shit and a devil. All right? They always lie. That's their nature. They come out lying. Like that bitch little child, that Edomite rat that said, oh, when her mother asks her, oh, who stole, where's a biscuit gone? Or something alluding to a chocolate biscuit or a chocolate cake. And she started saying, oh, a black man took it. And her mother started laughing and grinning. And this is a British Edomite child from the UK. They're liars, okay, from the beginning. All right? Lying tongues. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Let these devils rely on their own. They're going to find out the hard way. But our people that say, oh, Trump, please help us, and blah, blah, blah. Man, you know, if you wake up, you wake up. If you don't, you can die with this devil, man. Okay? Now, see, the hopeful elect, we rely on Yahweh Bashim Yashai all the way. There is no plan B. We're going to put all our eggs in one basket, and that's a basket of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. There is no plan B, C, D, whatever. There is no contingency plan. Okay? But for these devils, their first port of call was the Trump. Now, their contingency plan, what is it going to be? Guns, bombs, hand grenades. All right? But for the hopeful elect, okay, we're going to rely on Yahweh Bashem Yashai. We're not going to trust this damn devil because we know what they're about. Their receipts and their bloodshed is across the four corners of the earth. All right? Second Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Okay, you don't hear it, but my phone just chimed when it said the end is manifest. Okay, and this is a perfect example. I'm just going to play this quick vid. This Jake here, Jay Reed, he's got a whole bunch of cool ass videos he's put together like a collage, right? You know, I'm not much of a TikTok person or a social media person. Never got involved in that. But, you know, it's cool. You know, I might check it out just to see if I can get some other cool ass videos. But you're going to hear these devils speak on, what's he saying? No one should support Trump. No one should have supported Trump after January the 6th. Okay. He has been a con since the 1980s. Wow, it only took a decade to figure it out. Geniuses. Okay. And there's another, okay, yeah. And the common term that's coming around everywhere, racism is expensive. He lied to you 30,000 times in his first term. Where is it? There's one. There's there were only with these damn Edomites, right? So-called white men and the heathens are only with Trump because they assumed Trump was going to have his foot on the neck of people of color, especially the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Now Trump has got his foot on the neck of everybody. Now these crackers are crying, "Oh, you know, get off me! Don't tread on me!" Right? Let's see what this Peckerwood's got to say.
Hold on, what did you just say about Trump? I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad, and I'm a mega man. Okay, I don't see anything he's done. So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded? I think it has. Yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands.
You was for him because you thought that, okay, yeah, you're going to get rid of all, you know, you're going to get rid of Tyrone, Pablo, Carlos. You're going to get rid of Michael Whitefeather. You thought you're going to get rid of all those people, right? Okay. You're going to get rid of them. Okay, not knowing it's those men, the Israelites, that hold and keep the economy going. Okay, the dustbin men, the trash collectors, okay, um, the wardens or traffic wardens or whatever, right? All the people that handle your baggage at the airports, all the people that do security at the airports, okay, all the, what you call the the shit jobs, okay, okay, all the background stuff, okay. Jake does it, but what do? They put a white man at the forefront, like he's doing everything, okay. That's what you thought. You take the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man out of America. You took him out 100 years ago. America would have been finished 100 years ago. Okay? Wherever the Israelites go, okay, they make it lively. They make it like time stood still, like it's in certain neighborhoods, like it's the mid 90s. You know? You go to Harlem, even though it's somewhat being gentrified, you see videos of it. You see Jake, listening to old schools, barbecues, warming up, barbecues are happening, middle-aged youngsters dancing in the street, a couple of honkies are joining in as well, saying, oh, I like these kind of black people or Hispanic people, wherever Jake goes, like they did in ancient Egypt, they made it lively, they made it successful. Look at Egypt today. It's fucking ruins. Nothing's happening there no more. You got the land of Ham, all these Hamites that were in rulership once. When we were in physical slavery in African Egypt, right? They were ruling. They were in gold, silver. We were building the pyramids and making that place great. Now look at it today. Now these same Hamites got pot bellies and swatting flies in their eyes and shit. And the so-called Egyptians are no more, right? Okay. Same with America, man. It's gonna be a fucking graveyard once the Lord is done with it. Worse than that, be ruins. Okay, you devils thought, okay, yeah, Trump is for them, but now that Trump's got his foot on your neck, now you're crying. Now you're crying out.
He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because he
told you what you wanted to hear because he was treating you like a bitch. Okay, he wanted to get your confidence. He wanted to humble you. He wanted to say sweet nothings in your ear. So like you do to like when you're young, you're trying to persuade a girl. Not persuade a girl. You ask a girl out, blah blah blah. You say, man, I've got to get that, man. I want to hit that tonight. So when you say what you got to say, you say what she wants to hear to get them draws, right? Okay. First of all, it's a physical attraction. Then you want to try and get them draws quickly. So you say what she wants. You say what you want, what she wants to hear. The same way Trump told you what you wanted to hear. Okay. All right. But he's not living up to the promises that he made. Okay.
Just he's a con.
So many MAGAs coming out, they're regretting their votes, and this is
say about Trump. I said Trump's a fucking liar. Trump's a fucking liar. Trump's a fucking liar. Trump's a fucking liar. And Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs. That's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a mega man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. I was for him because, everything he said, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, he's just he's a con.
So many MAGAs coming out, they're regretting their votes, and this is crazy, y'all. I mean, he nailed it, though. I mean, Trump did say a lot of these things, and people fell for it, and people are now finding out exactly what they voted for. It's crazy right now.
Hold on.
Right. Let's go to some scriptures, Lord willing. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'll just play in one little video there from one, looks like an older Peckerwood, dyed his goatee or whatever, right? Looks probably in his 60s, mid 60s or whatever. All right. So he grew up at a time where there was optimism, there was happiness. Jake was the butt of all jokes. Shit, you watch old movies in from the 70s and 80s, They use every single, which movie was I watching the other day, man? Old school one from the early 80s with Goldie Hawn in it. I forgot what the hell was it called again. It's on YouTube anyway. It was Chevy Chase, Goldie Hawn, right? They had, Goldie Hawn was a lawyer, right? Married to an Amalekite, right? Chevy Chase was trying to get her back or whatever. Okay. What's that movie called, man? Salaki for, okay, I want to. What's the movie called with Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn where they have a black man as a limo driver? Foul Play. Is it Foul Play? No, I don't think it's that one. But anyway, it was a movie. It's on YouTube, okay? It'd probably be one of them free movie channels owned by YouTube. Yeah, Goldie Hawn had native Indians that were thieves. She was trying to trying to make into normal citizens, so-called. And she had a so-called black man who was like some kind of criminal as well. And she gave him a job as her limo driver, right? And then she was trying to help out two Latinas, right? That were females, very attractive ones, by the way. Okay, trying to sort of make them citizens in the country. Okay, so she basically had northern and southern kingdom. So she had blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. Within the first hour, you're going to see how they use our people just as a butt of jokes, man. You know? But nevertheless, okay, this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. All right? I'm just showing one little video there. These people are vexed. They're pissed off. All right? And this is going to lead to, civil war. And it's going to pop off, man. 2026, Lord willing, it'll be that year. People are calming down a little bit. They're hoping for optimism, thinking that, oh yeah, new year, hopefully things get better. Right now, we've got several weeks to go. Let's just sort of, try and look at things in a brighter way. But when things are not going to work out, and time has gone by. Right now they put the EBT and SNAP and all that shit back on, I believe, and that's only a temporary solution because they didn't say it's going to be on forever. Okay, and there's a lot of back pay for sort of key workers as well, right? So that's only a temporary solution. The only way why they probably did that is because to calm people down for Thanksgiving and Christmas, all right? And maybe he's taken some of that Thanksgiving and Christmas dollar as well, okay? Because it's only going to go back to the economy, to the people that gave it to you, right? So people are pissed off, man. Things are about to pop off soon. Proverbs 29:2 again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And indeed they are. All right. They're only mourning now because the foot is on their neck, right? Okay. 2nd Ezra's 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay, they're kings and princes. Keir Starmer, Trump. Okay, other key figures in authority. They don't regard them no more. They're saying, fuck Trump. All right, Nipsey Hussle been saying fuck Donald Trump, right? But he's gone now, all right? Jake been saying it. The so-called white man is saying it now, okay? They were only for Trump because they thought that Trump is going to put his foot on you Jake's necks. That's the only reason now, because he's putting his feet on the necks of everybody. Now these crackers are crying out, now they're crying out. All right? And these crackers are coming together. What's sedition? What's the definition of sedition? Let's go there. Definition of sedition. A conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. All right? Okay? So men are coming together, talking about rebelling against governments and people and blah, blah, blah. You got crackers out there that have been planning for race wars. They've been stocking up on their guns, their hand grenades. All right? They've been training their little children on how to fire a gat. Okay? They've been teaching them hand-to-hand basic combat, how to get out of a situation, how to watch out for possible intruders on their property, how to watch out for people that could possibly attack on the street, how to, heighten their senses, tweaking their diet. And you Jakes out there are worried about ding dongs and all that shit and donuts and cocoa, whatever, man, junk food. Jake is just crazy, man. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. All you gangsters out there, you're tough right now because you got straps in your hand and no one's firing a gat at you. You're aiming that gat at people without a strap. Okay? You're going to be crying that day when Esau pulls out his robot dogs, robots, robo-cops, right? Super soldiers, motherfuckers that have just been training since the age of 12, 13 years old. Esau takes them away, injects them with all sorts of shit, gives them a good diet. They turn out to be strapping young men, right? Trained in the arts. They're going to be on these streets soon too. You got these fucking so-called migrants that are waiting to be suited and booted once they get that go-ahead on their walkie-talkies or whatever kind of device they have for communication with their seniors. All right, and then you got the gangsters on the street that are going to be coming together, okay, with their weaponry. Okay, it's going to get real violent out here, and then martial law will come in, all right, trying to have some control. Then they have underground groups trying to fight against the powers that be. It's going to get grimy out here, man. Okay, the world that you grew up in is ceasing to exist, all right? And this is going to be a war between the haves and the have-nots. Right now it's happening, okay? When you see your neighbor, man, dressing nice and shit and, carrying shopping bags of food and groceries into their household and, you can hear music playing next door through the walls and shit, think, oh man, they're having a ball. And you ain't got a pot to piss in, right? Wait till, people will go El Snapo. When they're going to watch their wife and children starve, they're going to be kicking down doors. It's going to get to that level. It's not just a movie no more. This shit's going to be right in your living room for real. All right? Verse 19. Okay, no, let's go to 18 again. For because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. People are already weighing their food and drink right now. They with astonishment, paraphrasing a scripture there. They're being careful with their bread and meat, right? Some of them not even getting no meat. They're having cereal 3 times a day, Cocoa Puffs and all that shit. But for the elect, the hopeful elect, we're going to rely on Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Isaiah 41:13. For I, the Lord, thy power, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai has his elect covered, man. You know that, all right? There's a spiritual confidence growing in you, Jake. You know that. Okay? That spiritual confidence is growing. You know when your back is against the wall, Yahweh Hashem Yashai always comes through. What's that saying Jake says? The Lord might not be there when you call, but the Lord is always on time. All right? But I believe that the Lord is always there when you call too. Lord willing. But anyway, let's go. Psalm 18 verse 2. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yashai has us, man. We ain't going to worry. All right? We're going to, like I said earlier, man, we're going to put all our eggs in the basket of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. There is no contingency plan. There is no plan B. It's Yahweh Hashem Yashai all the way. The fuck you going to fall out of the truth in this world? For what? Jack, this world irks me. I hate this fucking place, man. All right? Thinking about Yahweh Hashem Yashai, man, and reading the scriptures and watching our apostles and elders and prophets, man, of Great Millstone and watching the lessons. I'm so careful right now. I'm not even watching any other camps. I never watched them anyway, right? But even if it's like for 5 minutes, someone's going off or whatever, and I feel that ain't right, I can say, you know what? I'm going to get out of this video because there's no way, Lord willing, I don't want to get swayed into some bullshit. I'm sticking to the truth and the truth only, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. So I'll stick with the men of the Lord and watch them. And you get comfort out of it, man. All right? Fuck this world, man. Pardon my French. Early hours. But, man, fuck this world. Ain't nothing in it, man. Okay? Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Okay? So we're going to stick to the Lord, man. Okay? Like Bill with the song, lean on me when you're not strong. We're going to lean on Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, man. You know, Lord willing, I've said that, you know. We're not going to lean on to our own understanding. We're going to lean on the understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. We're going to lean on Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Okay? All right? So we're not like these rest of these heathens and these 2/3 jakes out there that want to, you know, that trust in Trump, help us Trump, you know? Or like that crazy Benjaminite or Judite, was she from West Africa, bowing down to King Charles when that motherfucker came in front of her. We're not like these weirdos, man. Okay? We only bow our heads down to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right? And kiss the feet of our King Yahushai, man. Lord willing. We don't want to bow down to nobody else. Okay? It's Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai all the way or no way at all. All right? These heathens, let them, you know, let them do their civil war. Okay? Lord willing, we're going to maneuver right through that. And if we've got to get down physically, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai will send that spirit of spiritual power, and Abaratazah will get out of it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Okay? So these are the uproars of the people. But the elect are going to lean on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Wadash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashwala Shalom.